the Gold Coast. I'm about to do a podcast, the PT Performance Podcast. We've got an awesome view here. Couldn't be better. We're about to get started, and I can't wait.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'ma kill you in a second if I have to. Use my mind as a weapon when I blast through. Put the basics in the base.
All right, guys, cool. So welcome to the PT Performance Podcast. This is episode number 25. As you can see, I'm coming solo today without Richo and Nate. And we're coming from a pretty awesome location here on the edges of Surfers Paradise in Broadbeach. Special guest with me today, got Joseph Rakic. Got the right pronunciation there?
Pronounced it perfectly.
Awesome. Joseph, for those of you that know, is one of the leading online personal trainers in the world, fair to say, both for followers, clients, and probably revenue generated. It'd be hard to argue against that. So the idea of today is to give you guys a chat on what it takes to become an online personal trainer, at what point you should be considering it, and some of the trials and tribulations, some of the wins, some of the more unspoken of challenges, I guess.
Yep.
So thanks for coming on board, dude. Really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Come a long way just for this.
Just for this.
Well,
All the way from New Zealand.
All the way from NZ. So, listen, for our viewers and listeners, can you give us a quick intro about Joseph? What got you into the PT game? How long you've been around? And just give us a bit of background.
All right. So it all started many, many years ago. My mum, she actually won a free gym trial. She didn't want this gym trial, so she gave it to me.
Helicopter.
Let's wait for the helicopter to go. Alright, so my mum won a free gym trial. She didn't want the gym trial, so she gave it to me.
Right.
I went along to the gym for 2 weeks, and honestly, at the time, I didn't really enjoy the gym as such, and that was because I was a skinny kid, but I kind of went to the gym for the social environment.
Sure.
My friends were there, and it was kind of the hangout place. We just used to go there, talk shit, and lift some weights here and there. Because funny enough, at school, I loved PE, I loved running, I loved rugby, loved all of that. Whenever we had weights room, I always forgot my clothes.
Oh, I see.
Because I didn't like lifting weights. I was the skinniest kid in the class, 61 kgs, and I used to think, why would you, this is just pointless.
61 kilos, I think
Yeah.
I remember year 8. It was a good year.
So anyway, I was at the gym just for the social aspect of it, but I joined up after 2 weeks because it was something to do after school and hang out with my mates. And even though I was inconsistent with my diet and inconsistent with my training, I still noticed my physique change somewhat. Once I saw those changes, that's when I started to enjoy the gym. And I started to realize that I get a benefit out of lifting weights.
Sure.
And that's when it kind of became a hobby of mine because I saw that it was changing my physique.
Yep.
So once I noticed my physique changing, that's when I started doing my own research, finding out how to, consume a proper diet to gain muscle, and what's the correct way to train to build muscle. I did all my research and applied that to myself. Once I did that, the results came in so much faster. And then I guess something that turned from something that I didn't really enjoy, it kind of became my hobby.
Yeah.
And it became part of my life and something that I love to do. Then it turned into my passion, and I guess now it's my career.
Awesome. Good.
But the way it all started and the way I got into online personal training was I went through a somewhat decent transformation. And I put these pictures up online on just a bodyboarding forum. People started commenting on the photos saying, wow, amazing transformation, how did you do this, what was your diet like, what was your training like? So I gave them advice, all for free.
Sure.
I was telling them what to do, what I did. It almost got to the point where I couldn't do it, keep up with the workload. So I was like, okay, it got to the point where so many people were asking that I thought this is a place where I could set up a service and help a lot more people. So at that time, I went and started just a website, just a basic landing page where someone could purchase a meal plan. I then went and studied to become a personal trainer, got my qualifications, and started working in the gym as a personal trainer, training clients in there and doing the online personal training on the side. And I guess as years went past, my motivation for the gym got more and more. It became my life, everything I live and breathe. And the online side of stuff just started getting so busy that I couldn't put the hours in the gym. So I started working 6 days a week, then went down to 5, 4, 3, 2, and eventually to the point where I decided to leave the in-gym personal training and just focus 100% on the online side of personal training. And with the online side of personal training, I just focused on exposing myself as much as I can on the internet, so using all the platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat and all that came around later.
Yep.
And as soon as they came out, I just jumped on them, just trying to get my name up there, get known in the fitness industry,
Yep.
and showing everyone what my clients achieve after following my meal plans and workout programs.
Awesome. That's a pretty good journey.
Yeah.
Now, to put some context of time, I guess, what from the time you first then, I've done my personal training certificates now, I guess in NZ, what do they?
So I did ISSA, which is International Sports Science Association.
Yep.
So it's an online course that I took, and then I had work experience in the gym.
Right. So when was that? What year?
I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I wish I could. I'm really bad. People ask me what year did I leave school. I got no idea.
Yeah.
It probably would have been 7 or 8 years ago now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're still talking a couple of years after social media had launched, but it was still
Yeah.
in the early days when no one
Very
really knew how to
early,
leverage it or
Yeah.
what to do with it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So around that time, you were PTing in a gym,
Mhm.
and you're doing a bit of things through like bodybuilding forums and that sort of
Bodybuilding
thing.
forums, yeah.
At what point? First of all, let me take it back a step. What did you find as a PT in a gym? What were some of the things you struggled with the most?
I don't think I struggled with anything the most, but the thing that I liked online training over personal training in the gym is personal training in the gym. I had to start at a certain time, I had to finish at a certain time, and I was kind of capped on the amount of people that I could help in a day.
Absolutely.
Where the online side of thing allowed me to be 100% flexible,
Yep.
and it also allowed me to help way more people.
Sure. So what you did, I guess, is you built up your face-to-face PT to the point where you had no more man hours to give.
Yeah,
So then you have to figure out how do I reach more people without making my 40-hour week a 90-hour week or a 100-hour
Exactly,
week. Yeah?
yeah.
Okay, cool. This is where I think a lot of PTs now haven't got to that point, and some of them are feeling that instead of getting to 30, 40, 50 hours of PT, then trying to figure out a way to scale it, they've gone, I'm doing 5 hours a week. Online's probably a better option for me anyway because I'm better on my social and that's where everyone's going. So that kind of PT right now, what advice would you give them?
my advice would be focus on the basics first.
Yeah.
It's always good starting in a gym, learning, everything that you need to know about personal training, the diet, the training, all those aspects. Now, when you train someone in the gym, you can give them the one-on-one, time, and you may be able to better train one person at the time for an hour period and get capped on that, but you can still do other ways to, make more money in the gym. Like you could do boot classes,
Yeah.
train 30 people at once, and charge them $10 each,
Yeah.
and that's $100 for an hour, $300 for an hour class.
Yeah.
So there is ways to scale it like that. But if you want to go to the online side of things, you really have to focus more on getting your name out there and being someone that people recognize.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be really hard for you to be successful online because people aren't just going to automatically come to you.
Sure.
Where if you're a personal trainer in the gym, people are automatically coming in the gym.
Yeah.
So it's easy to approach someone in the gym and say, hey, I'll give you a free PT session, and then hopefully get them as one of your PT clients. Yeah.
So would you suggest to our guys that are listening, for the most part, our PTs are anywhere from reasonably fresh in the game to 2-year period. We've got a few that are vets that like to tune in, but for the most part, it's your early stage PTs. One thing that we preach back to them is you've got to build your brand first.
100%.
So your personal brand and your personal trainer brand together, as you just mentioned, it's a really great environment to do that in a gym because you're there day to day. People get to sample and try it. You can start doing like you do, get before and after photos. In your case, it was you at first, and then you got some of your clients here. So it sounds like to me that if you can build that personal brand first, you're going to have a little more successful transition over online because you've got that social proof, right? So you can say, hey guys, I'm now online as a PT. You might then start marketing to your social media platforms, your YouTubes, etc. And then they go looking for you and they can't find anything.
Yeah.
But if you've got this social proof, they go looking for you. Oh wow, this guy can get some, or girl, they can get some results from their clients, and this is what they've done. So cool, it's worth having a crack. Yeah.
So use all your in-gym clients who you've had amazing results with.
Yeah.
Use their before and after pictures to showcase what you've done and help them achieve.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is something we was hoping to get from you actually, for our listeners and viewers, to say that online PT is a thing. It can be quite lucrative, and it is quite something that if you're a good coach and you've got some legitimate knowledge and skills to share with people, you can maximise that.
Yeah.
But you've got to be able to do it. You've got to be able to be the hands-on tech first, right?
Yeah.
You've got to be able to hone your skills, not just the technical aspect of lifting weights for how many reps and how many sets and all this sort of stuff, but how to give a shit about your client,
So
about how to communicate, about how to be empathetic with them and understand what's going on around them, you know? So this is one thing that we say is, I guess it's sort of mistaken or overlooked when people go online. They think they're going to get like an app, maybe Trainerize or something. They're going to vlog themselves doing workouts, and then basically the money's going to roll in. Yeah? So I think being able to have that social media, that social proof of your clients. I tell a lot of our PTs, look, on your social media, you've got to build your personal brand. They need to know who you are.
Exactly.
But they also need to know who your clients are, and that they are real and that they're achieving their goal, whatever their individual goal is, yeah? Okay, cool. So let's talk about social media for a little while. We are in a time where it's a lucrative industry to be in, the fitness industry and the online space. We're also at a time where we've got people out there that have a particular look with arguably very little substance that are drawing a lot of attention to themselves, and then they'll go out and release an ebook, a program or a diet. Okay, what are your advice to people who feel that that's where maybe they've got a bit of a following, maybe they've got 50,000, 100,000 people, they don't necessarily have any qualifications, but what would you say to that crowd right now that are thinking, oh, you know, I've got these followers and I look good, maybe I'll go and write a program or a meal plan?
Well, first off, for the online side of things, you definitely need an audience and you need a following in order for someone to see who you are and to, you know, get those clients. But if you don't have the basics, like if you don't have the knowledge and you don't have all the info that you need to supply your clients, then they're simply not going to get results. So you won't be able to make a successful and long-term business out of it if you're just, I guess, a show pony, posting pictures on Instagram, selling an ebook. Always stick to the basics, hone down in all the knowledge departments, and instead of just posting out fancy pictures on Instagram of like your abs, or if you're a girl, like your ass or whatever like that, that's not really providing any value for your audience.
Like an actual audience that will purchase your product,
Exactly. So the actual audience that you're getting, if you're just posting up ab shots and booty pics, that audience is kind of just an audience that are following you in order to see your physique. But they're not following you because they know you're the guy or the girl who has the knowledge and who can help change their life.
Gotcha.
So, and what you have to remember, if you are a girl posting up booty pics, 90%, 95% of your audience is probably going to be guys. So when you try to sell a workout program, I don't think much of those guys will want to do your workout program. So if you're a girl trying to get into the online side of things, you want to really connect with your girl following and just really show them that, you know, you are an online trainer, not just some fitness model. And just focus on putting out good, valuable content that offers your audience good information that they can get value from.
Awesome. One of the big bits of advice I have for guys, and you hear it from some of the most successful people now, is also to provide actual value. Not so much, pay this, get this kind of value. I'm talking like engage with them. If they're on some sort of paid membership with you or some sort of paid product, is like, how many of these social media influencers don't communicate with their followers? You look at, they'll have X amount of likes and people commenting, but there's no engagement back. Or they themselves aren't really following many people, or the people they're following, you never see them even like their stuff. So I think we're seeing a shift there that some of the biggest names right now that I believe in the social media scene are engaging monsters. They're inbox, they're replying to DMs, they're answering comments, they're sharing their followers' stories. So would you say something along those lines too? If you are a PT, you want to be engaged with your audience.
You definitely want to be engaged, and like, people don't understand how much that means for someone to have an icon or an idol that they look up to and get a reply back from them.
100%.
Like, even if you, like, just say someone writes something really nice, oh, I love what you do, I love your work. If you reply back to them and say, thank you very much, appreciate your comments, keep training hard, like, for them to read that message from someone who they idolize or look up to, it means so much and it goes so far.
100%.
The more good you can give, the more good you'll get.
Yeah, I agree. Like, a simple interaction led to me flying all the way to St. Louis, Missouri, which is another story. Some of my guys already know it anyway, but it's not really a holiday destination. I ended up flying over there for like just over a 24-hour turnaround for the same purpose. So it's quite powerful, and it is there for those who take advantage of it, that's for sure. Yeah,
definitely don't ignore that factor of being engaged with your audience. It is So powerful.
Yeah. So let's go back to some practical stuff. When you decided, right, I'm going all in on the online, I'm going to step back out of the face-to-face PT, I'm going all in online. What was some of the, just for those that are thinking that this is the path we go, what's some of the first steps you took that were the most useful or the most bang for your buck?
The first steps that I took, it was definitely understanding that in order to do this successfully and grow, massively and really scale, is to be consistent with providing good value.
Sure.
Not always just trying to go in for the sale. And I understood that from the start. So I was constantly putting up all good content on as many platforms as I could.
Yeah.
YouTube, Facebook, everything. Just providing good value and good content, because I know that good, people will be interested in it, people will share it, people will talk about it, and it's going to give me more exposure, which is all going to help me be in front of more eyes, which could lead to me helping more clients.
Awesome. So straight away it was a focus of, right, I'm going all in on the online. I've just got to focus mostly on value, providing amazing value and giving them as much, free content to keep their eyes on you and to make them draw in and form some kind of bond.
100%. And you have to show them that you have knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like I see so many online trainers who are just starting becoming an online trainer. They don't really provide any value, but they just try sell.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, why is someone going to buy from you? No one knows you have any knowledge, or no one knows that you can really help them.
Yeah.
But like, if that person just showed some of their client transformations, or maybe gave them 3 tips on dieting, or whatever it was, anything of value is just going to give you the return.
Yeah, I think that's a big misconception about people think that giving things away for free cheapens their product or gives away their secrets, right? Personally, my advice to guys and what I've used for myself as well is I'd rather give away a bunch of free content so that at least at some point we are now communicating on the same level.
Yeah.
Because if someone comes to me and goes, I want to do this, this and this, and they're just not there yet, then they're not going to see the value, and it's probably going to be a battle to get them there. So I'd rather say, much of the reason why we kicked off this podcast was, if I want to help a first-year PT to succeed, if they don't even know what it means to go out on the grind every day and try to talk to 5 new people and try to do 3 or 4 consultations a day and do basically putting in 30, 40 hours a week, if they don't even understand that, then the next level of shit that I can help them out with, they're not going to actually do, because they haven't even mastered this yet. So for an online PT, is it fair to say that you should give out some of that free shit? Like, this is how you put together a quick 15-minute circuit you can punch out in the morning. Here's my key to abs. Here's my key to grocery shopping on a keto diet. You know what I mean? Like, if you gave that stuff out, you're not giving away any magic. You're building rapport and you're getting trust and
building rapport, that's what it's about.
We talked earlier about the people that have got a decent online social media following, with 50,000, 100,000 up and above from there. We focused on the ones that aren't really engaging with their audience, or aren't really producing much quality or much content that's of any use to anybody, except for some visual motivation perhaps, right?
Yeah.
So what about, let's have a look now, let's say, and they're out there, let's say we've got some people that have worked really hard to build a strong social media following, YouTube subscribers, Instagram followers, Facebook likers and friends, etc. But they also do engage with them. They also do have regular contact, they're engaged, they've got an engaged audience, they're providing some level of content. What would you say to those guys and say, like, you live a fit and active lifestyle, you may or may not be a PT, that's the next step. But how would you say to them, look man, you've got this great audience, they're really engaged in what you do, you live an active, healthy lifestyle, how would they transition? What steps would they take to becoming an online personal trainer?
Good question. So that's what I find is happening quite often. There are so many people out there with huge audiences that have a lot of knowledge that can't get into the online training space. Or maybe they do get into the online training space, but they struggle. And the thing that they struggle with is getting too much clients that they can't physically, manually keep up with the demand. They're all wanting a meal plan, they're all wanting a workout program, and because each meal plan and workout program has to be different, has to be personalized, like they can't just give some small girl who sits down at a desk all day wanting to lose weight the same meal plan as some guy who's 6'4" that plays football and digs holes all day. They're going to need completely different workouts and completely different meal plans. And so all these trainers who get into the online training space with big audiences, there's no way for them to make a decent amount of money unless they put a super high price to be able to do it manually, because they're just going to get too many clients, because you're not working from inside a gym now. You're literally working from the whole world.
Yeah.
Anyone with a Wi-Fi connection on an iPhone, which is basically most people nowadays,
Yeah.
will be, you know,
Prospects.
Yeah. So it was a problem that I faced as well,
Mm.
and I was literally doing all my meal plans and workout programs manually. So this person signed up to me. I asked them a few questions: height, weight, age, gender, daily activity level. What are their goals? What do they want to achieve? From all this information, I then manually worked out how much calories they need,
Yep.
how much protein, carbs, and fats, and then I put that into a meal plan based on the foods that they liked and they did not like.
Sure.
And I had to do it every 4 weeks. My clients had a new meal plan, and it got to the point where I physically could not keep up with the work.
How many hours a week were you doing just on that process?
Oh, I'm not sure, but literally all day.
Yeah. So you could be like a full-time, like
Yeah.
10 hours a day, 8 hours
Yeah.
a day, full-time
Easy.
gig, yeah?
And the only break was my gym.
Sure. Yeah.
And sleeping and eating.
Yeah.
So it literally got to a point where I could not have any more clients, so I couldn't really promote or tell people to sign up because it was impossible for me to do.
Sure.
So that's when I got thinking, like, how can I do online personal training, still offer personalized meal plans and workout programs, but scale this?
Sure.
And I thought, man, I'm going to have to hire like a team of 50 or 100 people. And I
That
kept-
all know the same
exactly,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just kept thinking, and it's the same formula that I put down for all my meal plans and workout programs based on what I personally believe.
Yeah.
So that's when I went to a web company and I told them my idea. I told them that I want to create a system that can generate meal plans and workout programs exactly as I would if I was to manually write it.
Sure. Cool.
So when I manually create a meal plan, I say each client should have 1 gram of protein per pound of their lean body weight.
Yep.
So if their lean body weight's 180 pounds, they should have at least 180 grams of protein per day. And I've got my own requirements for fat, which is 0.4 grams of fat per pound of the lean body weight. And then the remaining calories I fill up with either carbohydrates or more protein and more fats, depending on what the calories are.
Sure.
And this was the same formula that I gave to all my clients. So I wanted to put this in a system that could automatically create this meal plan and workout program based on all the clients,
The data that they
the
gave.
data that they gave me, based on all their food preferences. So if they didn't like peanut butter, they didn't like salmon, they just tick the box and they won't get this in their meal plan.
Sure.
So they fill out all this.
That's me, by the way.
Yeah.
No fish, no peanut butter.
Really?
Yeah.
So they basically give me all this information, all their stats, all their info, what they want to achieve, what foods they dislike, any injuries they have, and then the system, which is now called Macroactive, works out exactly how much calories, how much protein, how much carbs, how much fats, and the perfect workout program based around their injuries. So if they've got a knee injury, they won't have leg extensions, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And it gives them that meal plan and workout program, and it is exactly as I personally would do it manually because it's all my own rules.
Yep, got you. Makes sense.
Yeah, and that has really allowed me to scale my business. So instead of getting 3 clients a day, I can literally get 300 clients a day
Sure.
and not have to put in any more workload.
Yep.
So now instead of me working in my business, I can focus on working on my business,
Absolutely.
creating content, creating value, and getting more exposure.
Awesome.
And still, every client is still getting a personalized meal plan because that is what is most important.
Yep.
And so scaling my business has really allowed me to, it's literally helped me help over 100,000 people worldwide.
Amazing, dude.
And I could have never done that if I was manually doing it.
Wouldn't even come close.
Yeah.
So I mean, from managing your workload at 50 plus hours a week, just doing meal plans, roughly now, I mean, you've scaled to a point where you have got some staff in play and there's a team getting built around you. How much time do you now spend on that? Let's say on the meal plan side of things.
Yeah. So on the meal plan side of things, I don't actually spend any time on it now because all my knowledge that I believe,
It's like AI, it's all done.
is
It's
in
amazing.
the system.
So by using a smarter software that's personally designed,
Yeah.
it's enabled you to scale your business exponentially.
Yeah.
And that 50 hours a week that you're putting into hand designing these programs is done like this.
Yeah.
So you can actually go back to what we said earlier, which is providing amazing value, amazing engagement with your client and your followers, and content galore, yeah?
100%. Yeah.
Shit hot, isn't it? I mean, it's where people get bogged down trying to work
In
their business,
Yeah.
rather than stepping back out and go, how do I grow this baby
Yeah.
into something much bigger and better that can obviously, as you said, serve more people.
Yeah.
Now, in some industries, it's not about serving more people. this is an industry where it is about serving more people. It sounds airy-fairy, but it really is. Like, the world is a really, when I say this, it's probably not that bad, but there are pockets around the world that are really unhealthy by lifestyle choices or by where they are. So if something like this that's available in the palm of their hand, that takes care of a lot of their issues, a lot of their thought process, and it's just done, then you are out there helping more people. That's pretty fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And different from what I've done my research versus what you do is that it really is personalised.
Yep.
Even though it's an automated process, the system behind it is the brains, right?
Exactly.
So it's not like I could jump online right now. I mean, we could do it as a test and open up a couple of meal plans. I guarantee we get the same. We'll go to some other people and go, my height is different to your height, my weight's different to your height. Let's get the same. We'll probably get the same meal plan or something really similar. But we go on yours.
Yeah.
We could be identical twins.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't like peanut butter and you do,
Yeah.
and it would be significantly different, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. And that's where the personalization comes into it. And so MacroActive, which is the software that creates all of this,
Yeah.
I got to a point where there was just so many people out there doing what I do. And I'm not about, me trying to do everything and hide everyone else from all these other trainers. I believe in everyone winning.
Yeah.
So now MacroActive, we actually help other online trainers, such as myself, do exactly what I do and offer personalized meal plans and workout programs to all of their clients, so they can scale their business.
Yeah, good.
But now if a client signs up to just say Bob's meal plan and workout program, they won't be getting the same meal plan as they would from me.
Sure.
Because if they get a meal plan and workout program from me, it's based on my nutritional beliefs and my training beliefs.
Yeah. Which you've got the history and the records to show what that produces, right?
Exactly, yeah. Now if they get a meal plan and workout program from Bob, it's whatever Bob believes. So Bob might say, he believes his clients should only have 3 meals per day. He believes his clients should be in 1,000 calorie deficit if they're trying to lose weight. He believes
Broccoli and steamed chicken.
yeah. He believes maybe all of his clients should train each muscle group 3 times per week.
Yeah.
They'll get a workout program and a meal plan based on his nutritional beliefs.
Sure.
So the people that get it from me are getting my workout program, what I believe.
Yeah.
And so we've got other trainers now on this MacroActive software helping, all of their thousands and thousands of clients from their beliefs.
Yeah, got you. So they can put their influence on it as well.
Yeah.
As your own, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
correct.
cool. So they don't have to reinvent the wheel if they agree or if they feel it's a pretty similar concept.
Yeah.
But if they do have their own theories or methods, they can certainly customize it that way. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. And that's where you go back to talking scale, right? You can only reach so many people. These other trainers have their community, and they're not going to come to you. They're going to go through him. So let's help him to help a bigger community there, right? And that's pretty awesome. I was going to ask you something before about. Okay, let's going back to the numbers and stuff. So we're talking that we've gone from 50 hours a week just doing nutrition plans down to not touching it anymore, which enables you to do all this other stuff. Give us some of the highlights of this role. Give us some of now that you're in this position where you've scaled the business, you're able to reach thousands of people around the globe. You're able to help and impact thousands of personal trainers around the place as well. What is now a challenge for you?
So, a challenge.
Yeah.
So, I guess I don't look at anything as a challenge because I kind of I love and enjoy everything that I do. I guess I do face challenges, on sometimes creating content. Like sometimes I run out of ideas, but I enjoy the whole process, so it's never a negative thing for me. But when I was creating the meal plans manually, I couldn't focus on creating the content and creating the value. But now that I can step away from that and focus on creating content, my day now, my hours now, go into literally engaging with my audience. So I can now reply to their message, I can reply to their DMs.
Yeah.
If they've got questions on Facebook, I can answer them. I can do live streams and just Q&As, answering all their fitness questions. I can go to the gym and film a workout just for pure value and put up on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I can just focus on doing all that stuff. But I guess the challenge that I would face, probably coming up with new ideas from different types of content.
Sure, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
There's only so much chest workouts you can do,
All right, cool. So here's I've got 2 questions. It's going to be the same question but for 2 different groups.
Yeah, okay.
Let's start off with the social media influencer who's got a good following. He's engaged. He or she's engaged. They live a fit and active lifestyle. They may or may not be a PT, but it's something they want to do.
Yeah.
What's the step they need to take now? The next step they should be doing right now?
if they want to get into online training.
Sorry, if they want to become an online trainer and scale
Yeah.
outside of things, what would you tell them to do?
First and most important thing is focus on putting value out there, showing your audience that you know what you're talking about,
Yep.
and showing your audience that you know that you can transform people with your beliefs on meal plans and workout programs.
Sure.
Once you do all that, then offer the service of online training, the meal plans and the workout programs.
Yep.
But without providing that value first, you're simply not going to be successful in the online space.
Okay. So same question, but now for those who've got the million followers that don't really engage, they're not making any kind of real revenue or income from it because it's just all double taps and it's pretty much all that's their currency, right? These are the kind of people that go, would you give me a free gym membership because I have 100,000 followers? And I'll say, they're all in India.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah.
What do you do to those people who go, they've got followers, they're out there, they just need to do something? What would you say, okay, how do we turn this crowd into an engaged audience that are willing to purchase some stuff?
They need to connect more with their audience. So at the moment, I feel like those type of people kind of just put pictures up of their abs or like their booty.
Yep.
And the people that follow them kind of just follow them for visual inspiration or to scroll and to double tap.
Sure.
But to be successful in the online training side of things, they need to put that value out there.
Yep.
I know it kind of all comes back to value, but they need to focus on connecting with their audience, like doing YouTube videos, going in depth, explaining certain things, so their audience connects with them on a deeper level.
Yep.
And when the audience can connect with them on a deeper level, that's when they'll really be able to build a proper relationship instead of just some guy on Instagram who they've seen.
Sure, yeah.
They can build a proper relationship with that person, and that's when they are much more likely to become a client. And
so more like let them see behind the polished pictures, right?
Yeah.
Let them see who the person is driving those photos.
Yeah.
Like you see more and more these days, a lot of smaller startup companies are coming up and challenging some of the big ones because their social media or their mainstream media marketing is like, we're a shoe company. Fuck, look at the shit we do. If you have a look at your Red Bulls and stuff, they're not just an energy drink can. I saw one the other day. These guys have jumped off in wingsuits off a mountain, and there's an aeroplane flying, and the plane's flying, and these guys have basically free flown into the door of a moving aeroplane at like stupid speed. But now you look at that, and it's no longer an energy drink. It's an energy brand. They do crazy shit.
yeah,
So if someone had 1 million followers or 500,000 followers, they don't really engage with them, they're just there for likes, would it be a fair thing to say, look, use your stories now to create, to show them who you are?
Yep, 100%.
And then how would you get them to then engage? Like, let's say they do that and people go, oh, well, actually, so-and-so is not just a good look, they've actually got a pretty cool personality and hopefully they've got a sense of humour.
Yeah.
That's the next step, but then they've got to actually turn that into an opportunity to monetize it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you suggest?
So if they want to monetize it and they've got a big audience, it's simply going to be basically impossible to do it manually.
Sure.
Because you're going to get so much people, wanting your...
And it's not their passion, it's not their background, so they're not going to spend 50 hours developing meal plans because they just don't know what that is yet.
That's where the Macroactive software will be able to help them, get into the online space, create their online personal training business, and really scale their business without doing the nitty-gritty stuff.
Yeah, got you. Okay. Now, here's another one. Okay, I'm 39, or we call it level 39 on the show, so it doesn't sound as bad.
I like it.
Let's say someone has a reasonable social media following. They've got a few thousand, but they're really actively engaged.
Yeah.
But they're been busy chipping away at an email database.
Yeah.
Maybe they've got significantly more email addresses than they do social media followers.
Yeah.
Do you believe that there's still a way to engage and build your online PT business purely on that platform?
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously transition across, just because that's where everyone's eyeballs are anyways. But do you believe, or have you got any advice for someone who's got an extensive email database?
Yeah. So
Same
definitely,
thing, or?
if you've got an extensive email base, definitely use it and do what you can in there. But I always believe in cross-promoting.
Sure.
So sometimes you can do an email. It doesn't have to be a sales pitch.
Yeah.
All it could be is, hey guys, I dropped a new chest workout, my 3 favorite exercises for building chest. Go check out the video.
So you're using that email database to
To
drag
put
them
them onto
over to the
YouTube.
platform
Yeah.
where you're going to have more engagement. And it's
Yeah.
amazing. That's
So
excellent.
they go and follow you on YouTube now.
Yeah.
You didn't sell them in the email. You just said, hey, go check out my chest workout on
Yeah.
YouTube, my 3 best.
Instead of reading the newspaper, look at the TV.
Yeah.
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 It's 2018.
So they've now gone over there and they've just recognized, wow, like subconsciously they recognize we didn't sell them anything.
Yeah.
Just good value. So now they're conditioned to open your emails because they know you're not trying to sell them something. You're just showing them good content.
Right.
And when you get them to your YouTube, give them the value, and then maybe in there, hey guys, if you need help transforming your physique, building muscle, losing body fat, you can join my online coaching. Link is below.
Yeah, yeah.
But once they've watched the video and they've got all that value from you, they're much more likely to sign up than just the email. And I cross promote on all my platforms. So my Instagram, I'll say, go check out my YouTube.
Yeah.
Or on my YouTube channel, when I'm filming the workout, I'll be like, hey guys, don't forget I've got daily workouts on my Snapchat, go follow me there.
Yeah, cool.
So I've got them on every platform. And then when it does come time for me to do a big push, which means like trying to, do a big sell and get a whole bunch of clients,
Yeah.
I do that over all my platforms.
Yeah,
So I'll do like a YouTube video and I'll say, hey guys, I've got an amazing deal on right now. 50% off if you join in the next 2 days.
Yeah.
And I'll do the same message on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. And if they're following me on 2 or 3 of these platforms, they're going to see it pop up.
There are all
on
these
notifications.
contact points.
All
Yeah,
these
yeah.
contact points.
Yeah. Okay,
And they
that's
might
great.
see it on YouTube, but they might not sign up. They might see it on Instagram, like, oh yeah, might not sign up. Then they might see it on Snapchat. Oh, I better sign up, like
Yeah.
it's just that constant,
Yeah, they might flick through YouTube at work, so volume's off.
yeah,
Then they might see it on Snapchat later in the day
Yeah.
and whatever, and then they might be doing whatever they are later and go, oh man, you know what?
Yeah.
3 times in one day I can do this.
yeah. Cross promoting is honestly so crucial,
Yeah.
and it's helped me so much.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, anyone that's use the term loosely expert because social media is developing and growing
Yeah.
so rapidly. I don't think there's any real experts. There's some people crushing it to use care advantage of, that's one. But I still think we're far from any established experts, right? But the ones that are making it work are saying the same thing. You've got to be everywhere, omnipresent. Some are saying change your message for different platforms. Some are saying keep it the same. But the important part is you've got to be on all of them, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't know which algorithm's going to change, how they're going to
Exactly.
change this, how they're going to change that.
yeah,
I mean, I have a Snapchat account. The only time I ever use it is to send goofy shit to my 5-year-old daughter and back again, and then it'll sit there for 2 months and I won't touch it.
yeah,
Whereas my Instagram is rolling all the time. My Facebook is rolling all the time. YouTube is the podcast. And then, to be honest, it's something that we need to do more of, which is why we're doing more
Yeah.
video content. But the engagement we've got from this is the amount of people that have inboxed us asking for a resource. We put out in episode 3 or 4, I think it was, proves that this is where people are looking.
yeah,
And that was something we recorded 20-something episodes ago. That was probably just after ClickFunnels, so March, April this
Yeah.
year. So it's proof that once it's up there also, your YouTube's there forever.
that's the thing. And all platforms have their different, pros and cons.
Sure.
Like YouTube, I got videos up there from like 4 or 5 years ago that still get views.
Yeah.
Snapchat, you might check it more frequently, but that's gone in 24 hours.
Yeah.
But again, you got to understand that they're all going to change.
Yeah.
Like at the moment, I believe Instagram's the hot thing.
Yeah.
But back in the day, Facebook used to be everything.
Sure.
I used to put up a picture on Facebook or a video on Facebook, used to get crazy amounts of views and likes. But now, because of the algorithm, I think it only reaches like 1.25% of your audience.
Yeah.
So it's just terrible now. So Instagram seems to be the hot spot. Where Snapchat used to be really good before,
Yeah.
and now
Seems to be
Snapchat's,
fine,
yeah. For example, email, way back in the day,
Yeah.
whenever you get an email, you'd open it, you'd read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now I delete most of my emails before I even open them.
Unless the heading's got you,
Yeah.
it's done. Yeah. And there's a few guys doing that well. I, like most people, I've probably got a number of email addresses, and one is just for that. I'll go in funnels and processes to see how they do their thing.
Yeah.
And some of them is just like delete all that, and every now and again you'll get one and go, I know what I'm opening,
Yeah.
but I've got to open it.
Yeah.
The title was good or the timing was good.
Yeah.
Brendan Carter, I know you guys know.
Yeah.
His email titles sometimes are excellent and they're very relevant to something that just happened on some
Yeah.
major meme or sporting event
Yeah,
or something,
yeah.
and it pops up. You're like, I know what this is going to be, but
Yeah, I can't say it
you know what I
anymore.
mean? Whereas others, you just sit there and go, drag it,
Yeah.
do them all.
Yeah.
So the important takeaway from that is be on all platforms.
Yeah.
Um,
Cross promote.
cross promote from one to the next, so you're not trying to be exclusive on one. We're at the ClickFunnels event, and one of the guys, it was probably Russell, if it wasn't, my bad, but they said, look at it like this. Your Instagram is like reality TV.
Yeah.
You've got the polished Monday night episode, but then you've got the behind the scenes in your story. I might have exaggerated, or what do you call it, expanded on their explanation here, but Facebook was like your talk shows.
Yeah.
You know, because people can engage, they can talk some shit, and the comments can go and you can trigger people quite easily on it. YouTube was more like your TV series.
Yeah.
You know, so you can come in each week and then you got your favourite, you might go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
And Snapchat was just like your your instant relief, your instant fun.
Yeah.
Check and forth.
On the go without,
Exactly. So I think if people look at them in a similar way, they'll find the best way to leverage those different platforms.
Yeah.
Understanding how long people spend on each one and
Yeah.
what they're doing there. Like, I very rarely use YouTube on the go.
Yeah.
It's when I've got some time to sit down and go, right,
Much,
what's on the go?
exactly. Yeah.
Whereas Insta, it's
Yeah, you can.
walk in the hall or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, so listen, man, what advice, I mean, we're given a fair bit of advice now, but let's give a couple of key points. You're in your first 12 months as a PT.
Yeah.
You're probably, if you're watching this, you're probably operating out of a commercial gym setting.
Yeah.
And you've thought, no doubt, once or twice, and especially after watching this, that online PT is the way you want to go. Okay? So we know that once you get to that point, there's macroactive that's 100% where they should be going. But before they get to that point, so they can have the best chance to succeed, what's a couple of key points you'd say, tick these things off your box first, and then get ready to move forward?
I would say be certified.
Yep.
Just so you have that background knowledge and the proper information.
Insurance.
Yeah, insurance, exactly. Like, personally, I found I did all my own research and learned pretty much everything that I needed to know before I got qualified.
Sure.
But I got the qualification just for the tech. Yep. I know I've mentioned value a million times, but it comes down to your knowledge and your information, providing value, providing content, and being consistent at doing that.
Awesome.
So those would be the top 4 things.
Good.
That's where a lot of people fail as well. They maybe create content, but they're not consistent with doing it.
Yeah.
So they'll put some content up and then won't do anything for 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You have to be consistent.
Don't be in their face.
Always be in their face.
Yeah. What about, this is an area that I bang on about, what about continued education, like continually to evolve as a trainer?
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand if, say, someone did all these things, they created some amazing content, they built a big following, they engage with that following, they get it to a point where they're ready to monetize it, they do that well, they engage a macroactive and they get some coaches maybe to drive them forward and make sure they're doing everything right, but then they don't evolve as a trainer. I'm sure they'll get some success that way, but do you recommend, and if you did recommend it, what kind of ongoing training would that PT, should they be looking at? Now, online is a little bit different to face-to-face when you look at what training averages, right?
Yeah.
What's some key ones that you would recommend?
Yeah, man. And definitely, the more you learn, the more you can essentially earn, because the more value, info you can provide to your clients.
Yeah.
So I always say, if you can get more qualifications, go for it. And different qualifications might help you go down a certain niche. So I was really into the broad spectrum of things. And then I was like, I like stuff about the keto diet.
Sure.
So I wanted to learn more about the keto diet. And I got really involved in just sucking up as much research and information as I could, learning about the keto diet and all the benefits. And I then started going down that lane,
Sure.
Providing my clients the keto option if they wanted to, because of all the benefits. And because I upskilled myself and all that info and all that knowledge, it really helped my business take it to the next level.
Sure.
Because I'm offering added value.
Yeah.
Now, the more added value you can give to your clients, the better you're going to do.
Yeah. And this is something I've
You should
been
never
on
stop
about.
learning.
You shouldn't, and this is the reason why. Your Cert 3, I always call it your L plate.
Yeah.
It enables you to drive a car, but someone's right beside you, and you can only do so many things, right? You've got to be supervised pretty heavily. Your Cert 4 is like your P plate. Okay, you're allowed to go out on your own now, but you're not about to enter the Dakar Rally, and you're not going to win Bathurst, right? You're not going to go to the Lambo and be able to not crash it. Okay? Like an online thing, if your limit of your PT education is your Cert 4 and the things you've learned along the way, I think you would then struggle to retain your clients, right? Because they'll get to a point they've lost their body fat, they're feeling pretty good about themselves, then they look at your next program and they're like,
I've kind of got everything I need already.
I don't need this anymore.
Yeah,
So for a PT, definitely the things you should obviously be doing is continue to look for ways to upskill. I've always been Cert 3, Cert 4, then general. You've got to look, like Cert 4 is basic stuff, right?
Yeah.
Then I believe you should be looking to general, expand your general knowledge, a bit more about mobility, like physical assessment, a bit more about power and strength, a bit more about diet and nutrition. Okay. Once you've got that set up, then you find a way to dial into that niche.
Yeah.
So like you did, you've built it up to a point. Then you've gone, well, I really like this keto stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out about the meals and then the training that benefits those things, right? That's something that I'd recommend out to anyone watching too, is to do Cert 3, Cert 4, general and additional education. Then by then you'll know what your niche is.
Yeah.
You might have already developed your niche, but at least now you know exactly what's going on. But I think it's really important to continue. In Australia, I don't know what's like in NZ, but for years, it's still a thing, but it's got better. There was continued education credits, CECs.
Yep.
You have to do X amount a year to maintain your registration and your insurance. Now there's companies now that obviously oversee that, which is great. But there are things like how to do a workout with a Swiss ball would give you more points, whereas a 12-week intensive squat mechanics course would give you 0. So the good thing is it's expanding now and you can get some legitimate education out of it. But in terms of ongoing and upskilling, you'd say it's fair to say that that's going to help retain your client base, right? So you're not constantly turning over new client. You can actually build 2, 5, 10-year relationships with your clients,
hold the clients for longer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look, I was telling Ken today about a PT at our club that's been with me for 5.5 years, and most of his clients have been there since that first year.
that's awesome.
In a commercial gym setting, like that's amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah,
So imagine if you could flip that into the online world.
exactly. Yeah,
PT clients coming on board, they're staying with you for 5 years at the rate that your business is growing. It'd be amazing.
and it should be the easiest way to get a new client is to keep a client.
Correct. yeah. And how? Providing great content, great service, great information, and above all, results, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to stay with you if you're not actually getting results. So
So true.
don't rest on your laurels, eh?
Yeah,
Awesome, man. Look, there's a bunch of information there, so I'm really looking forward to getting this one live, guys. It's obviously not on our Zoom format, so it'll probably take a little bit longer to get it up. It won't be up by Saturday, which is tomorrow. So we'll get this thing up and running as soon as we can, but trust me, if you've got this far, it's definitely worth it. And Joseph, thanks
for
brother.
having me.
I appreciate you having on the show on your time.
Yeah.
And sun's still out, so plenty of time to go do your thing.
exactly.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for having me.